Hey, welcome back to We Are the Hansons, where chaos is just another word for love and there's always a missing shoe or three. I'm your host, Maya Hanson, mom of a big, wild, wonderful bunch, and today we're diving into something near and dear to my heart: the quirks, joys, and hilarious realities of life in a big family. Now, if you grew up in a big family or you're raising one, you already know it's a whole different world. I'm talking shared bedrooms, constant snack wars, chore charts, and a never-ending game of who left this mess that no one ever wins. So, today's episode is called You Know You're in a Big Family When, and I've got a whole list of moments, stories, and little nuggets that paint a picture of what it's really like to live with a full house, whether that's 5 kids, 10 kids, or more. Let's get into it. Every meal feels like you're feeding a small army. Forget dinner for 4. We cook like it's Thanksgiving every day. We've got crock pots running different shifts, 3 pounds of pasta boiling, and someone always yelling, "Is there any more garlic bread?" Even though we made 4 loaves. And heaven forbid, we run out of ketchup or ranch. That's a family crisis. I mean, ranch in our house, we can go through a huge bottle in 3 days. Ketchup, same way. Ketchup is always gone quick, so is mayo. So in our family, I try to keep that stuff stocked up because God forbid we run out. The other thing that we run out of is soy sauce or steak sauce. Those two are another thing that goes bye-bye real quick in our house. Laundry is never done. I swear, laundry and the monster that lives in the basement, we feed it constantly and it grows. There's always a mystery sock. Always. And towels? We have like 30 of them, but somehow they all disappear. Oh, and don't even get me started on trying to fold clothes without a young one around and tearing through it, making a mess out of it, trying to find a different shirt. It's always a nightmare. But like I say, I would never trade that for anything. I know some parents get aggravated. I don't get aggravated anymore. I just make them help refold and clean up the mess. Because what's the point in getting aggravated? It's going to happen over and over again. Eventually, they'll get sick of having to refold and they won't do it anymore. There could be 6 bathrooms and we'd still have someone banging on the door yelling, "Hurry up." It's like an airport runway, scheduling, trying to get everyone showered before school. It is crazy. Our house is chaotic. That's all right. Packing for a trip. Imagine playing Tetris with duffel bags, coolers, and whatever else, all before anyone even gets in the car. And someone will forget their shoes every single time. One time, we got halfway down the highway before someone yelled, "Wait, I forgot my toothbrush." Like, we didn't pack a dozen. I mean, even if they did, we'd go get some more at a store. No biggie. It's a toothbrush. One of the beautiful things about a big family is that your kids always have someone to play with, or argue with, or both within a span of 5 minutes. 1 minute, they're giggling under a blanket fort, and the next, it's, Mom, he's breathing too loud. But at the end of the day, they've got each other's backs fiercely, and that's something I wouldn't trade for anything. My kids have always been close, and I cherish that. Regardless of the bickering and arguing and fighting, if anybody says anything bad about them or does anything to them other kids jump in and put an end to it. It's rarely quiet in our house. It's never perfectly clean, but it's full of life. There's always singing in the kitchen, someone telling a joke that makes no sense, and someone climbing furniture they're definitely not supposed to be. We've got fingerprints on the fridge, toys under the couch, and a family group chat that's 95% memes. And can someone pick me up? Messages. But when we all pile into the living room to watch a movie, or when the younger ones crawl into bed for snuggles, you realize this madness, it's magic. There's something incredibly grounding about life in a big family. Yes, it's a circus, but it's our circus. And even in the chaos, there's a rhythm, a love that runs through the middle of it. And you learn to let go of perfection, to laugh at the unexpected, to see the beauty in a full table, even if half the cups are mismatched and someone spilled the juice again. That's normal here. When something gets spilt, we just clean it up. No biggie. You also know you're in a big family when you call roll like a teacher just to get everyone in a car. Or you buy milk in bulk and it still disappears in 2 days. My kids love milk. Our milk goes through our house like water, quick. Another thing, you know, when you're in a big family, you hear not it and instinctively know someone's avoiding a chore. There is always a waiting list for our bathroom because we have two. And just about the time you go in and shut the door, somebody's pounding to get in to use the bathroom. Never ends. I usually try to take a shower late at night or early in the morning because if I do it late at night, everyone's in bed and I don't get disturbed and I can get in, take a shower, and get out without someone banging on the door that they need to use the bathroom. You say things like, whose underwear is in the ceiling fan? And it feels normal. You need a group chat just to keep track of what's going on this week. That happens. People have asked us if we are a daycare because of how many kids we have. No, we're not a daycare. These are our crazy bunch of kids. Family game night turns into full-on chaos. Someone is always singing. Someone is always yelling. And someone is always napping, usually not the same person. You've had a serious debate over who gets the last chicken nugget. That happens quite often here. You need a calendar just for birthdays, and you still tend to forget until that morning, and you're rushing around trying to make sure that you have dinner for that child that night and a birthday cake and a gift. Because things get chaotic in a big family and you lose track of what day it is. You can tell which kid is crying by how they sound. I always know which little is crying when they cry. We have assigned seats in our car, and heaven help anyone who breaks that order. The kids, no. Clean means just not a biohazard. You've used laundry baskets as playpens, toy boxes, or even a sled. Someone always has a science fair project due the next day and forgot to mention it until bedtime. That has happened so many times in our home. I don't know how many times I am getting up bright and early to run to the store to get the supplies and get the project done before my child goes to school. I've had to do that multiple times where I've ran to the store, got the supplies, came back and let the child do the work, but I helped him glue everything down because it just was a rush. When Walmart was open late, I used to go super late at night, get the stuff, and we'd wake up bright and early and do the projects so that they were done. And my share of help was gluing everything down or, telling them where to lay the stuff on the science board. You can cook for 20 without breaking a sweat. Hand-me-downs are practically a family heirloom. I mean, that's a dead giveaway. Our kids, from the boys, it would go from the oldest all the way down to the youngest boy. Same with the girls, from the oldest all the way down to the youngest. Needless to say, some of the stuff has turned holy, and we just pitch it out. It's not worth keeping. You've said, because I said so, 73 times today, and it's only noon. Someone is always grounded, someone is always losing a tooth, and someone is always hungry. I'm going to tell you, that is a never-ending battle at our house. The whole hungry thing, my girls can eat, and 10 minutes later, they're scavenging for more. They eat breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and it's within 10 minutes after they eat, they're hungry. I always tell them that they're eating me out of house and home. Someone is always grounded because of not listening, and it's usually the little ones. They either don't listen or they go outside before cleaning up their mess, and they usually get grounded for that. And then losing a tooth. That has been quite often in our house. And the tooth fairy has mistakenly left quite a bit of money under a few pillows because it's usually very late when the tooth fairy comes or very super early in the morning. And so the tooth fairy in our house accidentally has left a 20 under a pillow. And needless to say, the kids were super happy when they woke up to a $20 bill under their pillow because the tooth fairy has left them a good chunk of money. So that is what, so if you're listening to this and you're knee deep in laundry, stepping over toys, or trying to answer 3 questions at once, know that you are definitely not alone. There's joy in this noise. There's grace in the mess. And there's a whole lot of love in the middle of it all. Thanks for hanging out with me today. If this episode made you smile, laugh, or just feel a little more seen, do me a favor. Go subscribe to our YouTube channel, We Are the Hansons. You can also send us a Facebook message on our We Are the Hansons Facebook page, or you can send us an email at wearethehansonsshow@gmail.com. Until next time, I'm Maya Hanson, and this has been We Are the Hansons, where big families make for big stories.